Those of you who've been here a while, they'll probably be annoyed with this video because you've heard it a million times, but there's plenty of new people who haven't heard the story. So about once a year, I tell a story of how Clifford became red and white. So to cut to the chase, the truck used to be red. I owned it for a couple of years, did a bunch of modifications to it, loved how it looked. And then one day I was on my way back to work after a lunch break, and a lady T-boned me, and we rolled the truck between 3 and 5 times. I was unconscious the entire time that we were upside down and flipping, so we just have the witness accounts, and they said it was anywhere between 3 and 5 rolls, so the police report says 4. Most of the evidence of the wreck is gone on this side of the truck because like these dents were already here, so that wasn't from that. But right here is where she made impact with my truck. I had some traction bars that were right here, and they were bent because basically she rail slided the traction bars on my truck. And then this wheel right here, which is the exploded one I showed in one of my previous videos, I think it's right here, you can barely see it. Here's a bit better of a view of some of the damage. So that wheel was right here. Skidded left and right, and then in the end, that wheel was just a shovel dug into the ground. And that's how we ended up with this right here. After a couple months of back and forth with insurance, they settled on paying me a significant amount of money, actually. I was very surprised. It was more than I bought the truck for originally 6 years before. So I've got a video that's going to be coming out here soon talking about mods don't add value. They do, just certain mods in certain situations add value. So after some back and forth with insurance, they paid me for the truck. I ended up buying it back from them for like $2,600. And she ran and drove still, just not great. And over the next few years, I've slowly rebuilt her and made her a little bit more reliable and done a few modifications that, make her a little bit nicer. But in the end, the thing is still a totaled truck, and it's not super nice right now. My goal with this truck, sorry, I got a space here, it's a little bit loud up here. My goal with this truck isn't to make the nicest truck in the world, it's to make something that I think is cool and to show younger generations that you don't need $1 million to make a cool truck. You don't need the nicest, newest truck, the cleanest paint. It doesn't have to be dent-free. If you love it, that's all that matters. My good friend Jake Hopkins over at Fast, he made a great video about it the other day, and he hit the nail right on the head. You don't need the nicest truck in the world. You don't need the newest truck in the world. You don't need to spend tens of thousands of dollars. You can if you want to, but what matters most is if you build a truck that you like. At the end of the day, when you get out and you park it and you walk away and you turn back and smile, that's the most important thing. So now I'm going to get to putting some red piping on this truck, so we'll be looking good in the silver lot at Blake Fitzgerald's show in March.